afternoon and welcome to Facebook Friday. I'm Linda from Banjo's Bead House and behind the camera is my mum Denise. We are here today just to be doing a change up. We've done Free Tip Friday for the whole of August, which was celebrating our 4th year anniversary of being in our wonderful shop in Oatlands. We're now going to transition it to Facebook Friday, where it's going to be a mix of tips, tricks, new products and just a general update of some of the things that are going on. But for this week, we're talking all things seed bead. We've decided to make September Seed Bead September. So what are seed beads? Well, some of you may be confused when you hear rounds, racales, delicas, pips, and thousands of other names, which I can't even think of at this moment. So a round or a racale is simply a seed bead. Beautiful different rounds of seed beads. They are rounded on their edge versus a delica, which is more like a cylinder and it's perfectly shaped. They both have their purposes. They both come in a range of sizes. So Preciosa, which is a range here we have here in front of us, we have 11s, we have 8s, and we have 6s. So the larger the number, the smaller the bead. That's how seed beads work. When we purchased the store 4.5 years ago, the only real seed beads in the shop were basically this stand of Maria George Miyuki size 11 delicas. Over the last 4.5 years, Mum and I have been expanding the range based a lot on feedback from our customers. So the first iteration of that was the Preciosa. We literally started with a range of 4 hanks of 11s and 4 hanks of 8s, and it's grown. We now have 6s and we're continuing to add to this all the time. This year's iteration, in addition to the range, has been bringing back the Toho beads. So we have a range of those from 15s, so teeny tiny, through, teeny tinies. I'll show you not through the label, through to 11s, through to 8s, through to 6s. So that just gives you a few of the ideas, some of the sizes. We also have some of the demi rounds. So this is like a half cut racale round shape. From there, we also have bugle beads. They're the long sticks. So we have some of those in Toho. We also have them in Miyuki. So they're fun and versatile. We also are starting to bring in some of the checkmate beads. So we have some beams, some of these really funky crescent shapes. And some of the cabochons in the beads as well. So we're going to be expanding that range. We'd love to hear your thoughts and feedback on that. If there's a particular colour, shape, style, just send us an email at linda@banjosbeadhouse.com.au or comment on here. We'll see it and we'll be in touch about how to bring it in and what that would look like. So, how do we use seed beads? Well, there's many ways of using seed beads. Whether you want to do faux knotting, something I used to do a lot of before I actually learned to knot. So my necklace is an example of faux knotting. You'll see it has a tiny little seed bead in between the pearls. Gives the illusion of knotting from a distance, but it's strung on jewellery wire rather than having to hand knot individually on silk. One little trick way of using seed beads. One of my other favourites is just using it as a tiny little spacer or a feature on the end of a bead, such as in that pearl necklace, or as a stringing to give a piece like that Mum has done. More of the traditional way is to hand sew pieces. So if you need precision, which you do in peyote, to have that click lock effect, these are size 11 delicas. And then I've used various delicas in other hand sewn pieces as well over the years. One of the things that we love doing is championing local people and what they're working on. So we sponsor the MacArthur Bead Society for that exact reason. It's a group that brings together seedies to celebrate all things hand sewn and sharing skills and design challenges. So this is the work of one of those members, and she's also a customer of ours, Sarah Moore. The beautiful Waratah kind of piece here, which I'm just going to show you, is from the Spire Challenge. This is all beautifully hand sewn. The theme of that challenge was Aspire, so as you can see, it just grows and radiates. And it's just absolutely beautifully done with a lot of seed beads and a lot of love and attention and a mixture of pearls and a few other bits and pieces. So we're going to hopefully have a number of other local artists have their work on display in the shop this month. So you'll be able to see some of the many beautiful things that you can create from these beautifully tiny, versatile little beads. What else do we have in store for you? Well, We are lucky enough to be partnering again through Toho and our connection with Starman to be starting to introduce some of their designer series kits. The first of which we're launching is by local artist Patrick Duggan. We have brought in his Morning Glory bracelet. We've got a number of the pieces for that now on range. We've done this in 2 colorways, one of which I'm down to 1 kit left and the rest are sitting here. So it's with the bronze beads from his range, from his original selection. Gorgeous little melon beads. On this particular one, there is more purple beads. So where you see the chartreuse here, that would be purple and the center would be pink. On the rest of these kits, you get more pink beads. So that center will be purple and those 2 will be pink. These will be going up on the website on Tuesday. So there'll be a link in the newsletter going out on Tuesday as to how to purchase these little kits. And this is the entire stock we have. I think there's only about 6 or 7 left. So they are a limited edition kit from us this month. And over the next couple of months, I'm planning to introduce one of these kits every month for a while, just to see how it goes. But they will be in limited quantity. So it's get in fast when you see that email announcement. So what else do we have in store for you? Well, this month we are also wanting to see what you create. So we're doing a little design challenge. What does that mean? Well, we want to see what you can create using this versatile, funky little bead. So whether it's an old piece or it's a new piece, as long as 25% of it is made up of something from Miyuki, something from Picosia, something from Toho, or out of the Checkmate reeds, I don't care what it is, but 25% of it has to be made from the beads from those companies. What you need to do, take a photo of the piece or many photos of the piece, send a list of your ingredients to me at linda@banjosbeadhouse.com.au. We'll collect all of those photos. We'll be putting to a public vote in October, and the lucky grand prize winner out of all of that will receive a bundle of little gifts and goodies from us. So get your little beadies on and have some fun. Of course, the next couple of Fridays, I'll be showing you a number of different ways to use these fun, little funky, versatile beads. And to keep you being inspired, for this month, we're also going to be giving away a free pattern from the Starman designer team for every purchase of seed beads as a part of an order over $50. Now, there is a limit of 1 per person, so get in fast, but have some fun with it as well. And I look forward to seeing what you're creating this month. So keep an eye out on the newsletter and our blog, which will be out on Tuesday, which will have more details on the design competition. Sorry, the newsletter will be out tomorrow. There's another newsletter coming for Tuesday. Blog will be out sometime in between all of that with details on the design competition as well. And again, look forward to seeing what you're creating, and I'll see you next week for Facebook Friday. Bye.